And once you go through this process of self-development and awareness, now you're in a position to adhere to whatever you put in front of you. And if you could follow any plan that you put in front of you, what are the limits on your life? There are none.
So the two main fat genes are FTO and MC4R. So the polygenic means more than one gene is affecting the phenotype, and that higher the risk score and the more likely the person is to have that condition. So with a risk score of like 79, the person is way more likely to be obese. And epigenetics is how your lifestyle interacts with your genes and turns them on or off. So changing to a higher protein diet with more physical activity was enough for you to turn these genes off. And this is like a text directly from your doctor saying, hey, guess what? If you can work out and you eat good and have a high protein diet,
you can defeat your genetics.
Yes. And well, you know what? He also verified that too, because I said, oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, blah, blah. And then he texts this. It says, no worries, 75 hard versus genes. Guess who wins? Because he knows the program and how well it works. And so with us like joking about you having the fat gene, I remember you coming home and telling me that, because he's awesome. He came here to give you all your results and everything. And you were like, you're not going to fucking believe this. And I was like, what? You're like, I don't have a fat gene. I fucking have all of them. And I was like, no way. And it just goes to show you like how well the program works, and just getting your fucking shit on track. You know what I mean? Taking responsibility for your own life. Because so many people, like you said, it's like, they don't have time or they don't have the discipline.
Well, those genes, I mean, in all fairness, let's be real. It's not, the program didn't defeat those genes. My physical health defeated those genes, okay? And the way I got the physical health was by using the program to fix my brain.
Yeah.
Okay, so that the actions that I was taking have been consistent enough over the course of time to actually switch those genes into the off position.
Right.
So like just doing the program one time is not going to fix your genetic makeup. Yeah. But if you fix your brain, which allows you to fix your lifestyle, that allows you to fix your health, then you end up with, some of these kind of changes that we're talking about that are real.
Yeah. And I think, and if you really think about that, in the scope of this, 75 hard being around for, 5 years now, and you having these results from doing the program at the time that so it was, 4 years you had done the program and lived that lifestyle consistently by fixing your mindset to get your body right and everything else that, came along with that, is that if you really think about it, I mean, 4 years, that's not a lot of investment at all to literally fix yourself in that regard. You don't need to continue that.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing that you got to remember. When most people diet, dude, when you're like overweight or like obese or fat or however you want to say it, all you want, you would give every fucking thing that you own to be physically where you wanted to be at that time. Mm-hmm. Like there's not a person right now who's like super overweight who, if I said, bro, you give me everything you fucking have, give me all your money, give me your house, give me your cat and your dog, and I'll snap my fingers and fucking right now you will go to your ideal physical self. All your clothes will fit, all your clothes will look good, you will look amazing. Every single person will take that deal if you could fucking snap your fingers and make it happen. That's how bad of a desire that these people want to change. And where they fail to realize the change actually happens is in your mind first. You have to condition your mind to be able to adhere so that you can then change your health. And these things do not compute to people because of the way the weight loss industry and the pharma industry and everybody markets weight loss. Like, let's look at the marketing of most weight loss for the course of history. Most of it is take this pill and you'll lose weight. Mm-hmm. Take this drug and you'll lose weight. Take this and you'll get there. Nobody's out there except me. And maybe, I think the fitness culture has definitely shifted to this now, but it started with First Form saying, hey, we do the work. Okay. That started in 2014. That was a major initiative of our brand, was to change the mentality around the marketing of weight loss. And the reason that we wanted to change the marketing around the mentality of weight loss is because it's a fucking lie. And it was a lie for years and years and years and years and years. The idea of taking a pill or taking a product or getting a shot and you just becoming this version of yourself is bullshit. All right. And it's no different than someone who wins the Powerball lottery and is broke in 2 years because you don't have the financial skill set to maintain responsibly that amount of wealth. And so that wealth leaves you. And so even if you were able to take a pill, even if you were able to take Ozempic, all right, and lose 15% of your body weight, the minute you stop, the habits that you have are going to take you right back where you were. And it's going to make you unhappy. So when we look at like 4 years, you say, okay, that's not a lot of investment for 4 years. Well, what if in 75 days you could do enough work to get most of the way there physically and create the awareness mentally of what actually the problem is? Now you're in a much better position. Now, not only have you gotten in pretty good physical shape, because most people can make tremendous improvements in 75 days. Maybe it takes you 100, maybe it takes you 2 cycles, but very few people are outside the realm of a 150-day transformation unless you're 600 pounds. Right. Okay. So we're talking about a very short amount of investment to create most of the physical results that you're trying to achieve, that you would sell your fucking dog to achieve, all right? If someone could snap your fingers. You can do that in 75 days. And now you're in a position where not only are you most of the way there physically, but you actually understand the game mentally. And you may not be fixed mentally, and because no one's fixed mentally, but you understand these are perishable skills. I have to work on them. I have to go hit my mental golf balls every day if I want to golf well, right? So I have to exercise discipline. I have to exercise grit. I have to push through these hard times, because by pushing through these hard times, it equips me to push through hard times, okay? And I had a guitar teacher one time tell me, he says, Andy, you're the least patient person I've ever met. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? He goes, well, I want you to practice patience. I said, how do you practice patience? He says, by doing things that require patience. All right. And discipline's no different. Grit's no different. Perseverance is no different. Okay. You have to put the time into these hard things so that you understand that you have the ability to do hard things. And then the next time the hard things show up, you have the confidence, which builds your confidence, builds your self-esteem, to actually push through the hard times, to continue on the path of what you told yourself you were going to do. And when you can do what you tell yourself you're going to do, your confidence goes up, your self-esteem goes up, your self-worth goes up, and you understand that you are actually in control of your life when before you thought that you weren't. You were looking at everybody else who is successful, you're looking at everybody else who's fit, you're looking at everybody else, and you're telling yourself a story. You're saying, that guy's fit because he has better genetics. That person's successful because they got lucky, not because they work from the time they wake up till the time they go to bed, right? Like, we tell ourselves all these stories. And once you remove those stories, because you are aware now, you're starting to aware that, holy shit, this is it actually becomes a whole new game. Now your life opens up to you. You become aware that whatever plan you set forth in front of you, you can achieve because you have the ability to adhere, and you know what to do when the hard times come. And here's the thing about life. Guess what? It's yin and yang. And if yin represents the good times and yang represents the bad times, how much percentage does that represent of the bad times, the hard times? 50%. And if you fucking flake out on 50% of your life because it's fucking hard, you're going to lose. That's reality. You're going to live a life in a body you hate. You're going to live a life with an income you hate. You're going to live a life with relationships that you hate. You're going to live a life that you fucking hate because you lack the skill set, which, as we talked about, are perishable, to actually adhere to the plan in front of you. So you have 2 choices. Your choice is either you can become all powerful and fucking have the ability to adhere no matter what the plan is, or you can float through life like a trash bag in the wind, and you can take the good times when they come, and you can take the bad times when you come. Personally, I want to be in control of most of the shit that I have going on. I think that's where the jam is. If you're one of these granola people and you want to float through life and live in a fucking van and think this is all great, post on social media all the time and have zero discipline and all this shit, and then pretend like you're cool with it, and then in 10 years when your life sucks, that's cool too. I don't give a shit because it ain't me. All right. But I'm just telling you right now, if you're struggling right now with you getting your life on track and you're struggling with becoming that version of yourself that you know exists inside your mind and your heart, and you're not understanding that things that other people have are actually skill sets that you just haven't developed, understand that first and then go develop them. Because once you develop them, and once you go through this process of self-development and awareness, now you're in a position to adhere to whatever you put in front of you. And if you could follow any plan that you put in front of you, what are the limits on your life? There are none.